Снова всем привет, с вами Арсен 17, и мы продолжаем проходить уже по третьему кругу Alan Wake American Nightmare. Погнали, посмотрим, что на этот раз. Сразу хочу сказать, третий круг, третий заход. Во втором же заходе я немножко схалтурил. Я до конца прошел, конечно, кинотеатр, но там было то же самое. Двумя небольшими мелочами, лампой и еще с чем-то, с чем уже не помню. Этот момент я записывать не стал. Там бы было очень мало времени. Так что вот. Продолжим с полноценного третьего круга. То ли новая атрибутика появилась, то ли я только что заметил. Да, разница есть. Дом утонул полностью. Появилась лампа с абажуром. Да. Со стороны каньона опять виднеется обсерватория. Ну, как всегда. Ладно, посмотрим, что там. И заодно почитаем. Опять ты. Это уже моя глупость. Я! Мимо. Эх, вот я и поплатился. Так, ладно. Пойдем. А тут дальше как? Как нам быть? Ладушки. Подзарядим лишний раз. Не помешает. Почему бы это? Да блин. Неужели? Да, не хохры-мухры. Ладно. Так. Что тут новое? Так, это практически все. Барри, старые буги, студии, великаны, ему мастер Скрэтч. Ладно. Будем считать, что все взяли. Зато в конце все прочитаем обязательно. Может, бонусный ролик запилить про чтение этих. А, ну в первой части я же не все собрал. Ну ладно, это будет неинтересно.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for.
Ах ты! Вентилятор был подсоединен. Ага. Считаю, что сверился. Так, ладно. Угу. Тут уже все готово. Ну да. Угу. Запускаем. Так. Отлично. Так будет еще быстрее. Так нудновато, скажи. И опять 25, то же самое. Только сцена немножко отличается. А вы что думали? Так что ли все просто? Да. Спасти Эму. Ну, может, в этот раз получится. Хотя все знает, все понимает, а толку нет. Наконец-то. Нифига себе. Нам баллы с бензопилой надо угрохать 2 ракеты. Не жирно ему одному будет. Ну. Так где есть-то бумажня? А, вот же она. Так.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
Так, а где же я мог упустить предыдущий манускрипт? А, манускрипт, по-моему... Ну-ка, сколько всего осталось? 4? Раз... 3 осталось. Ну вот... Да, при моей игре Эмма бы уже давно не стала. Вот дурак. Так. Хорошо. Фу. Так. Отлично. Теперь поговорим.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. Didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
А я думаю, что животного. Нет, хотя точно, откуда ей животного взять?
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
Так, ну эти фигни я и не возьму. Ну сейчас-то ее вряд ли кто-то схватит. Ну-ка.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of bed before noon, just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Art Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio, Serena Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
Да. Так. Нефтяная вышка. О, старый шар стоит до сих пор. Ой, не надо. Прости. Ну да, у меня же ключей нет. Паучье хреновое. Тут как тут. Мимо. И все. Долго я буду еще разбираться с вами, козлами. Ну, дай спать. Интересно, как обстоят дела с железной дорогой? Вот в какой она... она там. Ясно. О, фаеры. Бенгальские. Отлично. А при втором круге я ни туда, ни сюда не ходил. Ну-ка посмотрим сейчас. Может, тут какие-то изменения? Что тут у нас может быть? он мне недоступен. Ладно. Конечно, я, может быть, зря это делаю. Вот и нет проблем. Нам уже легко совсем. Да. А туда хода нету. Да ладно. Не кипишуй, Алан. А, это... Так, что-то ни одного манускрипта не вижу. Да, делов-то. Так. Что у нас тут? Попробуем. Нет. Конечно, разнообразный, но... Лучше... построчить так. Как сказал Алан, я полностью автоматизировался. О! А вот и... О, заодно еще по телевизору посмотрим, что там. Так, что у нас тут? Угу. Мистер Скрэтч.
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
Да. Когда уже лицом к лицу столкнешься, это уже все. Хотя надо вести себя правильно, но... Кто знает, как, когда надо вести себя правильно, если понимаешь, что перед тобой насильник. О, наконец-то.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience. It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts. Their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly.
Да. Все ясно. Ну что, теперь кэмки. Панель предохранителей. Ну-ну. Так, а здесь где-то телевизор был. Приемник, а где телевизор? А. Так. Ага, вот и телевизор. Ну что ты скажешь на этот раз, Скрэтч?
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kinda like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown, that's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business.
Да что ты?
Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch.
О
Barry's
как.
about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Да, зажрался ты, Скрэтч, зажрался, ну ничего. Этому твоя музыка тоже отыграет. Да. Так, тут... Так, а сколько тут еще осталось этих? Ага. Раз. Что я не пойму. Одна, походу. Ну ладно. Блин, опять все это проходить. То что же это такое? Так, мне опять надо зарядиться. Ну чё, Имка?
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured.
Ну давай.
Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world.
Ладно, пойдем
Listen,
потихонечку.
I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
А фиг знает. Так. Ага. Так, ребят, все хорошо, но мне нужен манускрипт. Поэтому я пока еще поброжу. Угу. Так, ну я ничего подобного не вижу. Во всяком случае, пока. Это Спрингс, 15 миль. Где что-то интересное, еще одна бумажня. О, фальшфейеры. О, уже все фальшфейеры собрал. Вот это да. Мимо. И все мимо. Ладно. Посмотрим, что там интересного может быть в этом мотеле. По-моему, в одном из домов был манускрипт. И, по-моему, не только в первой волне. МК. Ладно, не будем заниматься ерундой. Обследуем комнаты. О, точно.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the Champion of Light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough.
Да,
And
хорошо
soon,
бы.
perhaps, he can put an end to this. Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows, he will have what he needs.
Да. Посмотрим, что теперь та мадама скажет. Наш третий.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Хорошо, сейчас сделаем. Без проблем. И все. Как нехрен делать. Ага. А ты думал так, что ли? Все просто? Хотя вообще-то детка. Я бы даже... Так. Да, ну хоть что-то, хоть как-то новое. Это закрепление труб. А, ну да, свет.
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
Не получилось, да? Бывает. Ах ты гад, все-таки повредил. Да! Блин. Надо ж так. Медоуз. Да вернемся. Так. Здесь у нас сколько? 3 осталось. Самое трудное. Ладно. Нашли, хорошо, не нашли, ладно. Все равно история неполная. Мимо. Блин. Опять не получилось. Перекати поле. Так, ладно. уволень хрен. Победа все равно осталась за мной.
The film noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior never cracking even with the gun pointed in his face. In the back room, all the lights had been turned off, except for the lone spotlight which illuminated the bright red fire extinguisher on the wall.
Да, вот именно вот об этом фрагменте я и говорил. Нужно в первом круге исправлять нужно только календарь и время. Здесь еще лампочку и плакаты. И посмотрим, что надо будет исправить сейчас. Ладненько. Будем знать. Ну, тоже. Привет. Ты. О, похоже. Ой-ё. Что-то специально ломает, походу. Вот блин. Да. Небо. Город вдали. Так, это оружейка, не иначе. Да. Не для того босса. Ну бог с ним. Ага. Тихо. Ух ты. О! Не зря, значит, сюда пришел.
When Dr. Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory, she didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
Да. Да уж. Где наш легендарный каньон? Вот, судя по всему. Эй, Эмма, привет. Вот и все. Да, где-то там Эмма до сих пор чинит свою машину. Доктор Миддлс здесь. Прям глубокие личные воспоминания. Я играю недавно. О, хоть один. Это хорошо. Так, сколько у нас теперь? Ага, новая реальность. 3. А! Нет, почему? Это здесь должно быть. Но только где? Все понятно. Сука. О, пригодилось. Вот что за ерунда? Как не могу ни один последний манускрипт найти? Ладно, посмотрим, что здесь. Что-то из последнего будет. Нет. Это фиг на тень. Да, нигде не видно странички. Ну да ладно, может быть, на высоком уровне сложности она будет. Да. Зазря сходил. Только патроны потратил. Ага. Так, а здесь? Нет, здесь не получится. Все глухо. На дело можно было и не ходить. Ух ты. Хоть так. Да уж. Куда вам до меня? Ну все, блин, поуничтожали. Заразы. Да уже иду. Ну, что сейчас? Ну что, уёба?
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Да. Испоганил ты, конечно, знатно. Ну, хоть в этот раз надо будет крутой замес, нет? Ой, контрольная точка зато есть.
That's just rude. Are you alright?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Ну а ты что хотел? Это ж физика. На то и физика. Вот так интриговать. Все тот же телескоп. Вся та же история.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but
Signal! Yes, it's completed.
Ух ты.
finally,
Да, это уж точно. По 100 раз бегать
if all
сюда
goes well,
мне бы не
this should be
хотелось.
the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now.
Угу. Да, конечно, когда пропирает еще, как же не понравится.
I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No, you can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could...
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
Да. Это да. В этом я согласен.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough, or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Ну, наконец-то.
Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
Сразу же включаем питание. Так, сколько здесь? 3, 6 листовок. Ладно. Найдем, что сможем. Вообще. 16:11. Так. Все это эта обсерватория все так же болит, горит. Доктор что-то там делает. Да. Да, 100 раз играть тоже надоест.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
Ага. Ну да. Мгм. Какая-то бумажня есть, но это что-то добраться надо. Чёрт. Так, а оттуда есть что-то стоящее? Блин. Буба. Мимо. Да. Хоть их было гораздо больше, но я справился. Это круто. Ах. Да. Так, ну ладно. Так пошли, там и сяк пошли. Надо включать это питание, да и дело с концом. Да. Ой, а как же мне пройти-то? Где тут проход был? Вот он, господи. Я даже как-то и не замечал. Да, было бы удобнее, конечно, если бы я здесь прошел. Так, пополнил. Ой, контрольная точка. Я уж прям соскучился по ней. Так. Бух. Ну, наконец-то. Опять перевес и опять удача на моей стороне. Вот оно то. Угу. Это другой разговор. А, еще заодно жизнью подкрепимся. И все. Больше нам тут фонарь ничем не поможет. Туда дальше надо идти. Фигня. Блин. Ух ты ж. Все равно огреб. Ну что, не помер. Ага.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
Мерзавец. Да. Да. Ты такой наивный, Скрэтч. Точнее, Скрэтч. Может быть, это я с тобой разберусь и без всякой жены? Так, штурмовую винтовку. Да нет, не хочу. Карабин. Да смысла нет, если у меня автомат. Да и оружие разное для разных монстров. Для одних пожирнее, для других попоснее. Постный монстр, автомат толстый, дробовик. То, что надо. Да, серьезно. Ладно. Эпизод сначала.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
Ну, я бы не был так уверен. Ну-ка.
There's more to fighting the Taken than just burning away the darkness that protects them. When I'm fighting for my life, I find myself slipping into a state of intense concentration that makes the beam of my flashlight seem more powerful and focused. I used to think it was just my imagination, something brought on by the adrenaline and fear of death. But now I'm not so sure. I've been touched by powers that I can't begin to truly comprehend. And they've left a mark. I'm starting to think this might be a part of it.
Ясно. А что по ящику?
I've been around for a while now, you know? Well, you've been indisposed, stuck in the darkness. I've been busy. I operate in the shadows, not always literally, you understand? I'm a little more resilient than those I've taken, but I do my best work in the dark. And there's so much darkness out there. It goes deep. And the things that live in it are bad, big bastards. They don't mind getting a little bit of elbow room. All that chaos and madness, it doesn't really do that much down there.
Ну да.
It's like
В этом
throwing a
мире.
glass of water into the ocean, right? But up here, yeah, you can really make an impact. All they need is someone to bring them all the way through. But first, I had to take care of you. You party pooper. You're stuck in an eternal cycle now. The sun's never coming up for you. Everything else? Do my thing. Get a bit of quality time with Alice. That's a little something for me. And I deserve it.
Да ну да. Музыка подождала. Приказа вылезать не было. Я осталась где-то вдалеке. Теперь в малиновом свете. Да. Победа. Фух, справились. Так. Правда. Что теперь? План.
I have created the weapon that can put an end to this. A blueprint to a new reality. All I have to do is survive long enough to use it. My arrival from the dark place will be painful and difficult. These pages may be lost. But one way or another, I'll send the parts I really need to myself. If I make it outside, I have a chance. Mr. is more powerful than I am, but he can't change the rules in the middle of the game. He's not a creator. I am.
Круто. Так зачем обычные слова цензурить? Вот это мне не ясно. О, еще одна. Не зря прибежал.
The trap Mr. has set for me is as simple as it is impossible. Whenever I reach him, he sends me back to the beginning of the maze. It's a loop in time. I go through it only to end up where I started. There's a brutal genius to it. If I die, it's over for me. If I survive, I end up where I started. Sooner or later, the odds will catch up with me. And in the meantime, he gets to toy with me. But that's why I have a chance. He's caught in this pattern just as much as I am. I know where he'll be, and I'm prepared.
Ну что ж, будем надеяться, что выиграем. Да, сколько там у нас осталось там? Три бумажки. Далеко я или нет? Вот вопрос. Угу. А подстанции? Да, если я сейчас туда войду, то уже все. Игра будет окончена. А я еще хотел бы узнать побольше. Поднабрать оружие. Полазить. Смотреть. Все такое прочее. Но, видать, у меня это вряд ли получится. Настя. Ну. Так. Так, ну все, что я тут нашел, что смог, то нашел. Другое дело, смогу ли я... О! Да, главное не забывать по сторонам смотреть. Интересно, там-то что за город? Так.
When the dark man's eyes suddenly locked into Serena's, she flushed hot. They ignited a black fire in her. He was talking. He wanted the power turned off. He said something about the projector booth. She hooked a finger under his belt buckle. He grabbed a hold of her throat and twisted until it hurt. Somewhere deep inside, a part of her screamed in paralyzed horror. But the moan that escaped from her throat had no panic in it. Pay attention, he said. Business first. His eyes glittered shamelessly. Hers did too.
Да. Ну, не знаю. Я ж не знаю. Я ж не знаю. Какие там. Я ж не знаю. Какие там. А там про... А, да, там электричество. Это все хорошо, но вот за счет того, что их мало. Эти бумажки становятся искать труднее и труднее. Кажется, что их не найду. Да. Я мало что обнаружил. Ну да ладно. Посмотрим теперь, что нас ждет в конце. А, может быть, еще там посмотреть. Хотя, допустим, тут я смотрел уже. Или, может быть, их нельзя найти в силу выбранной сложности. Так, вон там что-то... О, точка. Здесь что-то есть. Что это? Да. А, еще один ящик. Блокировать обрез. Да нет, спасибо. Мне моего оружия с головой хватает. А, вот же. Да, все-таки не зря я здесь брожу. Хожу. Хоть какой-то да толк есть. Мгм. Так.
I held the film canister in my hands. I saw her name written across it in big letters, followed by the title. It was a time capsule. Moments snatched from times gone by. From a past that I hoped could also be our future. It was my salvation, our chance to be together. A tin can with a bit of magic in it that she didn't even know about. Something I could put to good use. There were only moments left before I had to face him.
Да, и опять я очередную упустил. А, он же ну. Ага, вот одна. Так,
The
одежда.
clothes I wear now I shaped from dreams and memories. It's an old outfit originally from the 90s. The last time I wore it was when I was still writing and Alice and I took a vacation in the desert before our troubles began. The night before, we'd been at a party, and I had dressed to the nines. On that lazy day, I put on these old clothes, worn and comfortable. Alice made a joke about grunge. I felt a little embarrassed, but I stuck with them. We were very happy. I'm sheathed in good memories to remind myself of what is at stake.
Да, а мне бы такое напоминало о бывших временах, радости и боли. Ну все, наверное, как обычно. Простых людей. Так, сколько там? Все. Так, а сюда нам надо? Столько оружия взять. Понятно. О! Это тоже хорошо.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the third part of our pre-recorded interview with Serena Valdivia and renowned photographer Alice Wake. So, tell me about the film.
It's called Sunrise, and it really wasn't something I ever thought of as an actual film. It was just footage, things I saw and happened to shoot. It's not a medium I'm very much at home with.
You shouldn't put yourself down. You've got a great eye.
Maybe, but experience is another thing.
Because you're primarily a still photographer.
Yes, exactly. So I'm really used to thinking of the world in terms of snapshots. I frame something and try to pick the right moment, and then reveal that moment to people. Moving images are a different story. I'm still learning a lot about it, to be honest.
So, this is a new thing for you?
Or maybe I'm just a slow learner. But showing it like this is definitely a new step for me. It's a little weird taking something this intimate and showing it to everybody. Not that the material itself is somehow shocking. It's just that those were private moments.
But that's why it works, because it feels genuine. It's not so much a story as it is a sort of an echo, showing us how you saw your husband at the time. It's not really about the sunrise itself or Alan watching it. It's about you two together.
I suppose.
It's funny, looking at it now, especially now that it's been edited like that. It takes on a life of its own, almost. It's a kind of a fantasy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you're right. I'm glad you talked me into it.
Так, ну теперь он нам не нужен. А ты все так и... Ой, танцуешь. Держишься за матку. Как будто вот родишь. Да. Так.
Oh, hey.
I'm hoping I can put an end to this now.
You'd better. I really don't want that to happen to me again. It's like somebody vomited in my brain, like a sleazy movie that keeps looping in my head.
I'll stop this, I swear.
You know the part that's really screwed up? If you mess it up, it'll just keep happening forever, right? I don't think I can deal with that.
Don't think about that.
I don't think of anything but.
Hey, afterwards, when all this is done, look me up. This thing I can probably help you deal with.
I don't know. It's almost like I'm not even in the same world anymore. Everything's just weird now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that'll pass with time. But being touched by the darkness, it's rough on you. It's a lot to process. And I just don't want you to get completely screwed up by this.
Might be a little late for that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's degrees. At least you're not at a point where you go around picking fights with people over not changing their light bulbs often enough.
What?
Never mind. All I'm saying is, you're not alone with this. And anyway, you're friends with Alice, so, you know, anything yours.
Thank you.
Понятно. Что к чему. Еще раз ее спас. Понятно. Вот теперь вот до меня доходит, кто есть кто. Ну и то более-менее. Ладно, отдыхай. О, тут и проекторная недалеко. Интересно, что в этой игре все союзники Алана женщины. Что бы это значило? Так, с жизнью у меня все в порядке. Бумажки я все собрал. Ну что ж, да. Действительно, пора покончить с этим.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
Хорошо бы. Это было поздно ночью. Это почти закончилось. Неподалеку висел постер в фильме в стиле нуар. Лампа освещала красный огнетушитель, и в проекторе был фильм «Элис». Все понятно. Это было поздно ночью. Так, теперь. Лето почти закончилось. Это календарем. Январь. Май. Август. Теперь. Неподалеку все постер фильма в стиле нуар. Ну да. Так, лампа освещала красный Огнетушитель. Так. Лампа. А, вот она. Ну и вот. В проекторе был фильм «Элис». Ну что ж, все. Последний этюд нашей игродрамы. Не в этом? Тогда в каком? Ага. В этом проекторе. Ну-ну. Ух ты. Тьма теперь. О, тьма снаружи и внутри.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you...
Да не ладно.
What? What is this? No.
Да. Да. Выжигаем. Пленка выжигается, если ярко светить.
You can't do this. All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go. It's my turn now.
Ня.
It's my life. It's my
Ну вот и все.
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last.
Да.
Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place.
И это
far,
еще не конец.
far away from Night Springs.
В другом времени, в другом мире.